Happy full moon in Taurus, dudes. We are doing a reading from the Akashic records with some cards that are going to assist us with bringing through what we're meant to hear. We are in a very powerful energetic space right now. Not sure if you can feel it. The veil is pretty thin, which means that we can feel spiritual energy more. We can see it around us. Our senses are heightened. It's a really great time to tap into your intuition, to receive readings like this, and to come into space with your soul or with spirit itself. So we are in this portal between 11:1 and 11:11, in addition to being on the heels of Samhain and still feeling the buzzing energy from that. And we have this full moon in Taurus. Now, Taurus energy is super grounding and beautiful. It feels like nourishment to me. It's very stabilizing. It's very anchoring. So we're held really beautifully in whatever we decide to explore during this full moon. Okay. So let's pull some cards and see where we are. Fear is the first card that comes up. The second card we have is the past. The third card is suppression. This one's been coming up a lot recently. There's definitely energy that's speaking through this one that I'm eager to dive into. Conflict. This one's been coming up as well. This is an interesting spread because this is kind of a lighter deck, but we're getting some of like the shadowier cards here. And protection. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up for you so you can kind of see what this spread looks like. And then I'm going to do a reading for you. Okay. Okay. So what's coming through around this is that we're walking forward, but we're kind of looking backward. And what the energy of this full moon is saying is, let's not only meet where you are now, but stop choking out these visions of the future, this vibration of what you want to become, this freedom and elation and lightness of being that is inherently your soul. Stop choking it out by kind of looking backwards and calling all of those stories, all of those narratives and heaviness into the present. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be going on in our minds either. Sometimes it can come up in the body where we're feeling really tired and we start to have physical symptoms, or we just feel kind of like moody and crampy and gross and off and foggy. And what the akash is bringing through here is these are old patterns. This is the way that your body is used to responding or used to giving you messages so that you kind of shut up and sit down, or that you stay in the comfort zone of, well, this is the path I've always walked. So it's kind of like the warm blanket, like the warm cloak that is around her on this image. And it's keeping you warm. It's keeping you kind of within yourself. But I'm seeing a lot of this energy around kind of focused here to opening up here. And we do have this card of conflict that comes forward. And this is about aspects of self that desire to be integrated. So it's like, okay, well, I hear you, Laura, and I can move forward and I cannot kind of choke out these aspects of the future by going down the rabbit hole of the past and letting myself get into a spiral. But that's also valuable to me, and that's a part of myself. And of course, we want to integrate all aspects of you. And so it's about taking this card and turning these two beings toward one another. These are two different aspects of self, like a previous version and the current version of you moving forward, and allowing them to embrace and recognizing that they both have medicine for one another, that they both have this point in the sky that connects them, that they both have the same destination. And when we do that, we realize that we are so wholly integrated that we are the ones that are controlling the light. We are the ones that are controlling the force of energy and the energies that come into our field. I don't like the word protection when we talk about the spiritual world, because it implies that there's something that is more powerful than we can be in order to create our realities. Ultimately, when we are in connection with our highest power, we don't have to protect ourselves from anything, because we know exactly who we are. We know exactly where we're going. We know exactly what we are here for. And in that, we get to direct reality. We get to send energy with our hands backwards and forwards, so that we are opening up space. We are casting light. We are sensing in our fingertips the possibility that exists for us to move forward. So what this is really doing is alchemizing this backwards facing energy to a forward facing energy, but more importantly, a powerful energy, an empowered energy. I'm not just moving forward, I am creating, and I am very demonstratively stating with my body language, with my words, with my actions, this is who I am. This is what I desire in my field. This is what I don't. I know exactly where I'm directing this energy. I am a powerful being. So that's what's coming forward from this spread today. Let me just take a deep breath here and see if there's anything else that desires to come through. The only other thing coming through, which is interesting because this is related to the Taurus energy around opening the throat space. Taurus energy is also related to opening the throat space. And this suppression card is really speaking to me there because it's talking about any areas that you are feeling stifled. And you might have this conflict between what it is you want to say and what it is you feel you should say. Or how bold should I get? Or is this really something I can trust to say out loud? And again, you don't have to express it out loud necessarily, but what we are calling attention to with this spread is shifting from feeling stifled to feeling free in your expression, which means when you're free in your expression, it's not like, well, I should be saying something in order to forward my soul's mission. Well, no, we're not placing shoulds on anything. What we're doing is saying, let's come into a space, a felt sense of freedom of expression, freedom of being. Allowing all of yourself to come online, no matter how messy, no matter how loud and obnoxious you are, no matter how silly you're being. Let all of you be seen. Where in your life, personal or professional, do you feel like you are curbing aspects of self so that you can fulfill a role that serves somebody else or that reaches a standard that was set by somebody other than you? This is where you're meant to unleash that a little bit because there are aspects of you that are in conflict because they want to say something, but they feel like they shouldn't, or they feel like they can't. And so you get to guide this. You get to guide this. You get to say, okay, I know exactly where these boundaries lie. I'm going to hold space for myself. I am going to advocate for myself. And in that way, you're also advocating for other people. And advocating for ourselves comes from initially a decision to say, I'm not going to allow anything to stifle me. Like, I love my fullest expression. I love my range of expression. I love my range of being. I love my range of feeling. I love my range of extremes. I love my range of seasons that come in when sometimes I'm resting, sometimes I'm a little bit more active and engaged, right? Like, this is you coming into greater self-trust that yes, you are integrating. Yes, you are shifting and moving forward, and you get to create it all. So let me know how this lands for you in the comments. I look forward to seeing you very soon. I'm going to be holding a subconscious reprogramming Zoom call on Tuesday, November 4th. For those of you who desire to jump in, you can check out the link in the description and you'll be able to access the replay because this is an amazing time during the full moon energy in the midst of this portal that we have the opportunity to just harness some of this energy and feel into palpably more of the momentum that exists for us and release that which is kind of choking us out a bit and saying, you know what, I get to feel into this sensation of freedom and I get to lead from there, whether that means that I act differently, I express differently, I speak differently, or I just be differently. We are removing stifling and we're moving into power, but it's one that's very grounded, very easeful, and very natural to the organic edges and energy that you are. And that's what we want. We want all of you. We want all of you because your spirit, your soul created all of you. So we want all of your energy to come online because the more of you we have, the more spiritual energy we get to play with, the more spiritual energy we get to understand in terms of the types of textures that the infinite brings into the human. And it's fun and it's playful. And it's how we can step further into supporting and collaborating with one another on this planet. So I will see you very soon and have a beautiful full moon.